as Sikhs, how can we behave in certain ways that seem to go against what the Guru is teaching? Because by saying that we are Sikhs doesn't make you a Sikh. We've got into the habit of thinking that being born into a family of Sikhs makes you a Sikh. Gurbani describes what a Sikh is in a lot of detail. Gurbani describes what a Gur-Sikh is in a lot of detail. So just by saying that we are Sikhs doesn't mean that the Guru is sitting there saying, yes, these are all my Sikhs. Maybe the Guru is sitting there and saying, none of these are my Sikhs, because I've defined what a Sikh is. So then what category do we fall under? We fall under the category of just being ordinary human beings. And as ordinary human beings, we've been programmed to act out of ego. And out of ego can we only be manipulative. Out of ego can we only act in greed, that we will do whatever it takes, even if it means the demise of somebody else. Out of ego, only can we deceit and lie and cheat. And out of ego, can we only pretend to everyone else, this is what I'm really like, but inside we know what we're really like. So just by being born into a Sikh family doesn't give you magical powers, doesn't give you a great ability all of a sudden to be able to act in a particular way. We're just human beings. And Gurbani is talking to human beings and teaching human beings, this is your problem. So we've fallen into a trap of thinking we're Sikhs, we shouldn't behave in this way. We should realize we are human beings and the Guru teaches us how to be a human being. The Guru teaches us what are the problems that come with being a human being, and it applies to everyone. And these problems are greed, lust, anger, desires, attachments, self-importance. These are prevalent amongst all human beings. And because we don't address these things in our day-to-day lives, we don't actually do anything about these things. We just turn up to the Gurdwara and we listen to Kirtan and Katha and then we go home. We don't actually deal with the fact that I have an ego. I need to do something about that. I have anger. I have desires. I have selfish thoughts. I have thoughts that make me think that I am better than somebody else. You know, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Mohankar, even those definitions need to be redefined. Not that they're incorrect in Gurbani, they're incorrect in our thinking. We just say the word Hankar, and we say pride. How many people in this room can say, I'm a Hankari person? You can't. Most people will say, well, that's somebody else. Other people have pride. I don't have pride. But so let's change the definition. What does pride mean? Pride means self-importance, or I'm right. Now how many people in the Sangat can say that they have those thoughts? I'm right and they're wrong. That's Hankar. And Guruji says that's what you need to deal with. I'm okay, you're wrong. See, if we say it's pride, you can say, oh, I don't have any pride. It doesn't apply to me. So all of that Gurmat, that's about how to deal with pride, we don't learn it.
It's very hard to feel that you got a pride.
That's because you're thinking of the word pride. That's why I changed the word. Do you see how much it changes just by changing the word? If we say Hankar means self-importance, or a feeling that I'm better than anyone else, or I'm right and you're wrong. We all have that. And Guru says, let's deal with that. That's not a good way to think, that you're right and everyone else is wrong. That is Hankar, isn't it? It's just a slight variation on the word. So we act out of these problems that we, in reality, don't face. In reality, we don't go to the Gurdwara, we don't go to the Gurmat class and we say, okay everyone, today we're going to talk about your self-importance. Let's learn about it This is what it looks like. These are the symptoms, and these are the solutions. Go home and your homework is to work on these solutions. We don't do that. Why don't we do that? Why aren't we actually really learning what the Guru is teaching us and saying, how does it apply to me? So what we do is we say, I'm a Sikh. A Sikh means I go to the Gurdwara and I do the Sikh things. So I do the matha take thing, I do the langar thing, I do the covering my head thing, I do the standing up thing, I do the sitting down and listening thing, I sing the kirtan, and I read the prayers. So you've convinced yourself being a Sikh is doing these things. And the Guru is saying, no, being a Sikh is doing these things. You say, no, that doesn't apply to me. That's for the other people. I just need to do these things. So we've been convinced that being a Sikh is about doing things. And the Guru is saying, no, it's about fixing these things. So whose definition of a Sikh are you taking? Do you see how I'm stopping at the most fundamental part of your question, which is not why do we act the way we do. The most fundamental part of your question is, being Sikhs, why do we act that way? I'm saying, let's go to the Guru's definition of who is a Sikh, not the Sangat's definition of who is a Sikh, because the Sangat would tell you, oh yeah, you're a Sikh. Yeah, you've only done some of these. Okay, you're not as good as a Sikh as me, because I do 5 of these and you only do 4 of them. And you say, oh, I need to do that one as well. And the Guru standing here quietly saying, why is nobody looking at the list that I've given you? We're not doing that list. We're saying, Guruji, but I read your list every day. That's one of the things I need to do. It says, reads Guru's list. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ahankar. Done. We even stand in front and do ardas. Guruji, save me from Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Ahankar. I've done another thing on that list. I did the ardas to save me from that list. But Guru's saying, no, I didn't just want you to read the list. You got to study it, you got to practice it, you got to teach yourself how to fix yourself, and then you got to help other people fix themselves. This is the definition of a Sikh. The list defined by the Guru. You know, today you really don't have an excuse. Guru Granth Sahib, where's Guru Granth Sahib? It's here on your phone, on your apps. What language? You want it in English? Done. You want it in Hindi? Done. You want it in Punjabi? Done. You want it in Spanish? Done. Now what's your excuse? So you're going to start just matha taking this? Or you're going to start reading it and actually doing it? We've been convinced that in order to be a Sikh, we just need to ask everyone else, oh, he's doing this, this and this, I better start doing that. There's very few people. This is why Guruji says, the real Sikh is virla. You're not going to find them in the thousands and the hundreds of thousands or the millions. There's just a few people actually doing that list. And Guru defines that list. Gur Satgur ka jo Sikh khaye, jo palke hut har naam tyaye. You say, oh yeah, I do that. I wake up in the morning, I read my Bani. No. Guruji says the minute that you wake up, Naam starts going in your head. Yeah? That is what it means